Hello everyone, Daryl the Northern Vinyl Guy back at you with another video, and I am continuing my recent vinyl finds. This is the part 2 vinyl finds that I had on my summer vacation a couple weeks ago. So without further ado, I'm not going to get into too much of this, but in my previous video, I think it was a couple of videos ago, I mentioned that I was going to break this down into 2 parts. This is the second part where I traveled to St. Thomas, Ontario. I went out on a boys' day with my 2 sons. We hit up a day park, and then we went and saw a train museum, and then intermittently I checked out some thrift stores and an antique shop. So yeah, this is what I found while I was out. So starting with the Mission Thrift Shop. I did find 2 albums. One of them is a little bit beat up, but I wanted to add it to my collection. The cover is pretty beat up here. And one thing that always drives me crazy are these price tag stickers that are stuck on the albums. Let me know in the comments section below if it drives you nuts too. I think this one here I'll be able to get off pretty easily. But anyway, this is the self-titled Eric Carmen. This is the one that has Never Gonna Fall in Love Again and All By Myself. I just wanted to add that to my collection. It's got the nice little gold there. Hopefully that's not reflecting too much there. But I mean, this was only $1. But yeah, once again, let me know if it drives you crazy when they add the stickers to the cover of the album. So that is the first one that I got at the Mission Thrift Shop in St. Thomas, Ontario. And the second one that I got, and this one's kind of a little more, I suppose, personal. My grandfather was a huge fan of John McCormack. And this is a John McCormack in concert. John McCormack, if you are unfamiliar with him, was an Irish, I guess you would say more like a folk singer, kind of operatic, I guess, in a way. And he suddenly died in the 1940s of pneumonia. But yeah, he was a tenor, I do believe, and just relaxing music. Maybe on St. Patrick's Day next year, I will put on some John McCormack in honor of him. So John McCormack in concert. Following that, we went and ate at, I believe it was Wendy's, and then I went to a Goodwill. And at the Goodwill, I picked up a couple more albums. They were both $1 a piece in this case, or maybe like $2, something like that. So the first one that I got was a soundtrack, and that is the Barbra Streisand The Way We Were soundtrack. And it's got The Way We Were, obviously the main song, River Stay Away From My Door, The Way We Were, the instrumental, and then In the Mood, Did You Know It Was Me, Remembering, all that good stuff. But I thought that was a pretty, I know not everybody's into these types of soundtracks, but The Way We Were, pretty cool stuff. And then I found a Canadian new wave band. I'd never really heard of them. Blind buy on this one, but it's a new wave band from Canada called Hot Tip and Stop All Motion. Once again, not too familiar. This was got one of those risque covers. The girl in the nice leotards there, the fishnet stockings and the high heels. So I'm going to give this one a listen. According to what I'm reading on Discogs, they were a new wave band, more akin to that early 1982, 1983 style of new wave music. And then just as I was about ready to leave St. Thomas, I wasn't going to stop in this place, but it just happened to catch it out of the corner of my eye. There was an antique store called Antiques on the Side. And while I was there, I got a pretty good deal on these records. I got quite a handful, I'd say about 10 or 12 of these. So I'm just going to go through them quickly. But all of these records, I didn't pay any more than $10 for any of them. They were either $5 or $10. depending on which bin they were in. And so these were really good to add to my collection, and they were all in VG plus to near mint condition. So looking forward to this. So the first one I got was the Madonna self-titled. That's the one with Borderline, and I believe, yes, Holiday is on this one. So this is one of the last 80s Madonna albums that I need to add to my collection. I think there's one other one I got to do, but excited to get that. And then got the Bruce Springsteen Born to Run album, Thunder Road, Born to Run, Jungle Land. Those are all great songs that are on this, and it is a gatefold, so exciting there. In a previous video, I had mentioned Mike Reno and Loverboy. I am a Loverboy fan, and this is the Lovin' Every Minute of It album. It's got Lovin' Every Minute of It, This Could Be the Night. I'm not sure. Those are the two main ones on here. I think Too Much Too Soon as well. So a little bit of Loverboy. And then I couldn't pass up an opportunity to, this is one of, I think, 2 Bruce Cockburn albums, Canadian Bruce Cockburn. This is the Dancing in the Dragon's Den. And this is the one that has Wondering Where the Lions Are on it. Really cool artwork on this cover. So a little bit of Bruce Cockburn. And then another album I remember from my childhood. My dad had this one. They go by the Rovers on this one, but the Irish Rovers. Yeah, the No More Bread and Butter. That's the song that I remember. Funny story about this. When I first became a teacher and got a full-time job in 2005, I was teaching this family studies course, and I actually used No More Bread and Butter. I played it to the class and tried to get them to identify as many types of foods that were in that song and which ones were nutritious and which ones weren't. So kind of a funny story surrounding that. So Irish Rovers, No More Bread and Butter. And next we've got Robert Palmer's Riptide. This is the one that has Addicted to Love and I Didn't Mean to Turn You On. Those are the two main hits on this one. And of course Riptide, I think, made some airwaves the title track. So little Robert Palmer. Going down under with a little Men at Work and Business as Usual. This is the one, Who Can It Be Now? Down Under. This is the popular one. I do have their other main one with Overkill on it. So a little bit of Men at Work. Really cool stuff there. And then another Bruce Cockburn. This is Mummy Dust. This is the one with The Coldest Night of the Year. Really cool here. And you can see Bruce Cockburn shredding away there on the guitar on the backside. So Mummy Dust. Next one, really excited. I got this one for a great deal. Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms. So Far Away, Money for Nothing, Walk of Life. I mean, these are classic Dire Straits right there. And I would say So Far Away is probably my favorite Dire Straits track. So happy to pick this one up. All right, and speaking of guitar, you can't argue. Crazy Mind. Joe Walsh. Rocky Mountain Way. Excellent stuff there. And who wouldn't want to add a little bit of Toto? It's the one with Africa on it. What is this? Toto 4. And of course, me being a drummer, I love Jeff Porcaro. I think he's an excellent drummer. Underrated. And another Toto right here. Some one with Georgie Porgy on it. Hold the Line. And finally, as part of the deal, the gentleman that was working that day, he he asked me to take a look at this, and it was a locally pressed album, pressed in London, Ontario, which is about, I guess, 30 or 40 minutes north of St. Thomas, Ontario. And it was a 80s band called, 70s, 80s band called Lowdown, and their album Love Ya. So this is more, I believe it's rock music. And on the back side, it's got, different different sponsors, I guess, of the band that helped make them come through. Kiwanis, Optimist Club, Lions Club, Kinsman, and curling clubs. And then, so that's the backside with the band. And then right there, it tells you that it was pressed in London, Ontario. So it's even got this hype sticker here. Have a good day. What is that? CJBK 1290 London radio. So yeah, that was a pretty cool album to go with part of the set here. And it's pressed on Lady, I'll go with this side here, Lady Records. So very unique label on there too. So very excited for these finds. So let me know what you think in the comments section. Were these worth it? What do you think of some of these albums? Have you checked them out before? As always, if you are new to my channel, please click the subscribe button, leave me a like, thumbs up, some comments in the section below. If you're a returning viewer, just let me know your thoughts. And until next time, I won't have a recent vinyl finds for a little while. But until next time, stay safe, and we'll see you on the flip side.